Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, D&J Reads. I'm Danielle, and today I'm going to be talking about all the new May releases that I'm really excited about, as well as my May TBR. So I'm just going to jump right on into talking about all the new May releases that I'm really excited for. And first up on May 14th is The Paradise Problem by Christina Lauren. So I actually just picked this as my book of the month pick for May. I'm really excited. I have a couple of the other Christina Lauren books from book of the month as well. So I am super excited to get this one, and I'm pretty much going to start it as soon as I get it in the mail. But this one follows a buttoned-up heir of a grocery chain, as well as his free-spirited ex, who's not actually his ex, as they fake date for a massive inheritance. So Liam, who is the heir to the grocery chain, and Anna, who is his artist ex-wife, met in college, and they got married because they were looking for subsidized housing. They signed divorce papers, but I guess they never got filed correctly, so they went their own ways, not realizing that they weren't divorced. Liam wants to get out of the family business, but the only way to do this is to get his inheritance, and he finds out that he's still married to Anna, and part of the inheritance says that he's supposed to be married happily for 5 years. So I think they're on like year 3 or something already, so they have to fake date in order to get this inheritance so that he can get out of the family business. Can't wait for that one. I'm a sucker for Christina Lauren's books. I love their writing, and I'm so excited. Then next up on May 16th, we have Secretly Pucking by Rosemary A. Johns. This is the second book in the Bay Rebels series. This is a series, it's a reverse harem series following hockey players and the coach's daughter. Like I said, this is the second book in the series though, so I don't want to spoil anything. Obviously they get together in the first book, but they have to keep their romance a secret. So this is just kind of continuing on with that and seeing what's going to happen. Some of the tropes for this one are forced proximity, second chance, found family, and grumpy sunshine. I can't wait to pick this one up. I am definitely in my hockey romance era. So then next up on May 17th, we have Queen of Hearts by Sarah Blue, which is part of the High Rollers Omega series that's coming out this month. This is a Omegaverse series with 4 different authors, so each of them are standalone books in this series, and they can be read in any order. This follows Elena, whose family is part of the mob. She knows her brother is going to be trading her off for an alliance, and she does not want that. So she leaves and she goes to an Omega club, High Roller, where she gets a job. But on her first night, someone strikes her attention, and in the end, it actually turns out to be one of the guys that she was running away from in the first place. I'm really excited for this one. Sarah Blue is a great Omegaverse author, and I can't wait. Then on May 21st, we have Little Heart of Stone by Clio Evans, which is book 13 in the Creature Cafe series. I've talked about this series before. It's a monster romance series where all these creatures go to a cafe and are matched by a barista, and he finds their fated mates. This follows 2 gargoyles who are already a couple. They're asked to come to meet their match, who is a human nurse. And this is an FFM romance. I feel like we don't see too many of those, and I'm really excited for that. Then last up for the new May releases on May 23rd is Forbidden Game by Madison Fox. This is book 2 in the System series, which follows rich and famous video game streamers as they fall in love. This one follows a flirty British billionaire named Parker as he is pining after his publicist, who is very off limits. Parker doesn't like to lose and will do anything to win, even if it's playing dirty to get his girl. Some of these tropes include forced proximity, workplace romance, grumpy sunshine, and only one bed. So I'm super excited for all of those to come out, and I can't wait to get to them. So now I'm just going to talk about some of the books that are on my physical TBR this month. The first one that I have is going to be Lore of the Wilds by Analeigh Sbrana. This is the beautiful Fairy Loot edition. Oh my gosh, look at those edges. I can't get over them. I will definitely be showing this off more in my book haul, but from what I know, this is a fae fantasy romance where Lore is a human who is pretty much trapped where she can't get out of this forest. But when her village is threatened, she makes a deal with the Fae Lord. So there is this library that the Fae are not allowed in, but they need something from the library. So she makes a deal with them that she will go into the library and get whatever they need. So as she navigates the hostile world outside of her village, she is forced to rely on these 2 Fae in order to get her through. I love books about fae. Fantasy romance is like one of my favorite things. I know this is actually from a bookstagrammer, so I'm really excited to start this one. The next book I'm really excited to pick up this month is A Feather So Black by Lyra Selene. This is also the Fairy Loot edition, and these sprayed edges are just as gorgeous. From what I know, this is also a fae romance. Fia is the main character. She is a changeling. She was left when the High Queen's daughter was stolen in place of her. So now it is her goal to go and get the Queen's daughter back. She is sent with the High Prince, and they are going on a journey to get this girl back. I do also believe that this is some sort of Swan Lake retelling. I'm not actually sure. I don't really know much about that retelling, so I'm really excited to pick this one up. And then if I'm able to read both of those, that will actually help with my book box goal for the year, since I'm trying to read 2 book box books a month. Next up on my list, and I'm not sure how I managed to push it off to this month because normally I read these immediately, is Funny Story by Emily Henry. Emily Henry is one of my favorites. I've loved so many of her books, and I cannot wait for this one. This one follows Daphne. She is broken up with by her fiance in order for her fiance to go and pretty much get with another girl right away who he used to date. And that girl's fiance is also broken up with. So Daphne meets up with him. They end up living together because he's trying to get her not to leave because she just took a job in town and doesn't really have anywhere else to go. So they get together and they decide that they're going to fake date to make everybody else jealous. I know this one has a heavy book presence in it because she's a librarian, and I am excited about that. I really have loved Emily Henry's books that deal with books in them. Book Lovers and Beach Read were like 2 of my favorites, so I'm really hoping that this is going to be another of my favorites. And then last up for my TBR this month is Powerless by Lauren Roberts. I've heard such great things about this one. I think Jess from Peace Love Books absolutely loved this book, so I have really high hopes for it. It is following a girl who has no powers in a world where everybody has powers, and if you don't have powers, you're killed. So she has been able to sneak by without anybody really noticing because she claims her power is of the mind. She is very good at noticing things, and that is how she's pretty much been able to live the whole time. But a prince comes through and his power is to use other people's powers, and he asks her like, why can't I use your power? And she's all like, pretty much because it's just a mind power and it's weak and everything like that. But she is chosen along with him to be part of this kind of like Hunger Games thing where they go and they're put in a contest to see who is the best. I'm really excited for this one. It was on my last month TBR, but I did not get to it. It's kind of chunky, so I'm hoping to get to it now because I did pre-order the second book and I really want to pick that one up when it comes out. But that's it for all the new releases and my TBR that I'm super excited for in the month of May. If you have anything that I should be looking into, please let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!